treat you like. Get my last cigarette. I'ma 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 treat you like.
Hope it don't end
Get
the
my last
same
cigarette.
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. Get my last cigarette.
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. Get my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. Get my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. Get my last cigarette. 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 I'ma treat you like.
Hope it don't end the
Get my last
same
cigarette.
way.
What is up, man?
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I am back. We are back, Black, in the building. Shout out to everybody at the Court Plantation doing what they need to do to survive. I've been at the Court Plantation. Man, I've been having so much stuff to do and take care of, and
About to start another day.
moving and all this other stuff. It's been a long battle. I was able to pre-record a whole bunch of podcasts, and then, you know, had to handle some other stuff. So I am back. We are Black in the building. Let's do the roll call. Shout out to the homegirl Erica in Florida, aka Florida. Shout out to my brother James Youngblood. Texas in the building. Shout out to Dave from No Compromise. Joja's in the building. Shout out to the homegirl Shawnee. Philly is in the building. Shout out to all my siblings in Las Vegas. Yes, I am not in Vegas anymore. I have officially migrated to another state. I was chopping it up with David and James Youngblood about that. We about to do a live. I just got to get my time slots together. But let's talk about the flood in Texas. Let's get it.
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way.
Man, what is going on? First of all, we got a lot to talk about. We got the riots in LA. We got, Donald Trump signing all these executive orders. Then we got the massive floods. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. That's very, very sad that I think it's in central Texas that flood is like that. That's just sheesh. That's very sad, man. And my thoughts and prayers and I hope everybody's okay and everybody is able to band together. That's one thing about us. Sometimes we will come together in tragedy. And I just wanted to kind of touch on that and say, hey, man, we got to start looking at these things and take them serious. Just so much has been going on. So I'm going to recap a lot of stuff. I know y'all saw that brother, that YouTuber out of Vegas, and then a Latino man, and then the shooting in Vegas. I was having this I don't want to get into too much about Vegas because I want to save it for when me, David, and James Youngblood go live on IG. And I want to kind of give them the information and give them my context of why. My family and them already know. I trust me, I don't be putting out there, but I can't wait till they kind of get away from Vegas too, man. Vegas has been compromised. No pun intended to my brother Dave for No Compromise, but they've been co-opted. It's just not the place to me for us to branch out and be homeowners and make it affordable and things like that. But those are things that I'm going to talk about with David and James Youngblood, so I'm going to hold that. But I know y'all saw that brother on the strip get shot in the head and his woman by that Latino brother who wanted to kill them, by the way. Talking about I was using the stand your ground law. And see here, let me give you guys a little bit of insight to Vegas. Just a little bit of insight. See, me being from Vegas and knowing what's going on, see, there was a black brother, I don't know if he was FBA, and he was having a shootout with another pimp on the strip years ago. And they tried to put him under the jail because you're deterring tourists from coming to Vegas. So when they're starting to really crack down on that. So that Latino brother think he's finna get away. And the district attorney is former councilman Steve Wolfson, who's married to Jackie Glass, who put OJ in the pen for 10 years. Yes, a lot of people don't know who Jackie Class is. Our of Vegas's finest, Jackie Class, who is Steve Wolfson's wife. So they're very connected out there. Steve Wolfson was a councilman first for the ward in Summerlin, because I used to work part-time at this recreation center called Veterans Memorial Leisure Center, and he was the councilman over that ward. So yeah, they're probably gonna put that Latino under the prison. And now let's get to the LA thing too. It's so funny how all these Latinos and all these immigrants, period, how do you be in the United States of America Incorporated but wave your flag? Then why don't you go back to your homeland and build that homeland up? If you are here illegally, you are committing a crime against the United States of America Incorporated that is punishable by prison time and extradition back to your homeland. Everybody knows what they have signed up for, and as far as anything else goes, let me just break this down for you for a second. I find it quite interesting that illegal immigrants could get better Medicaid and Medicare from the system that foundational Black Americans built for free without repayment, but immigrants could come here and get better Medicaid and Medicare than the people who built the country for free without repayment. And you know what's so funny that I find interesting? But then y'all want to say we're 12% of the population, but then we're the only ones that are on county benefits. I think not. Immigrants are on county benefits, and that should be illegal. And whoever's on there, you should be able to come to this country and have a whole bunch of anchor babies and then get on these county services, which are benefits that are set aside for people that built the country for free without repayment, and make it extra hard for people like me. What you mean, you, Warren? Yes, Warren tried to get food stamps and all that fun stuff when I was in Vegas, and I got denied. And I had a very extensive conversation with someone that worked at the county building, and I was like, she said, I understand, I hear everything you saying, but you gonna go to jail and I'm gonna lose my job. And let me tell you why. And I'm like, I don't want to know why. I just don't understand how everybody else could come in for free and get all these benefits and get all this stuff with no social security numbers and none of this other stuff. And they need to stop taking people illegally and letting them join the military forces. No, I don't believe in any of that. As my people built the country for free without repayment, and I'm watching my people as well as family members struggle and work extra hard just to get ends meet, while you're watching immigrants that are here illegally that should be extradited back to their homeland and never to be brought back here again. But you want to wave your flags? Then go to that country and build up that homeland. You can't have dual allegiances. You can only have an allegiance to the place you are. That's it. That's why I find it quite interesting that people will wave their flags of where they come from, but you are in the United States of America Incorporated. So translation, you are here for unearned benefits, like Dr. Claude Anderson has taught us in Black Labor, White Wealth. You're here for unearned benefits. And all these immigrants, yes, it's time for you to go and build up your homeland. I don't want to hear that you had $1 in your pocket and you came here, you know, your parents came here with $1 in their pocket and they built all this wealth. No, you didn't. You were assisted by the dominant society who works for the United States of America Incorporated. No, you didn't come here and build it. I don't want to hear nothing about people. Oh, I work hard. Yeah, you work hard at scamming the system. You're here illegally. That's why most immigrants don't know their own history. Because if they did, they would be in their homeland building it up. Wouldn't y'all agree? That's what I would say. So I thought I would just talk about that. Then let's go to the Diddy case. All of you Diddy jokers and anti-Diddy all of a sudden you're distancing yourself from Diddy. You guys are all cowards. Because y'all were all at his white parties. You guys were all in his face, all trying to partake in the festivities. And now things are not looking so great for Diddy at one point. And now everybody wants to make, oh no, Diddy joke. Well, looks like Diddy might be getting time served and getting out. And what they tried to do is publicly shame and humiliate Puff Daddy. But if I were Puff Daddy, I would be like, I don't care. Y'all not getting this paper. So go ahead and do what you do. And it's so funny how he was made to be this big monstrosity of a person that the dominant society publicly maimed and shamed and humiliated, as Cassie got a chance to tell her side of the story and she walked away. Let me tell y'all, it takes two to tango. I don't agree with him being in a domestic violence situation in that hotel room. I think those are things that should be done and, handled with counseling and made to be better, and apologize about those things. But when you listen to Cassie's testimony, it looks like she was all for it. Matter of fact, more than Puff Daddy was, which I find so interesting that she never got any bad press or bad publicity or bad flack, but it all comes back to Puff Daddy. And you guys don't think that there's a hidden hand and agenda behind that? Let me tell y'all, they thought that most of us would ridicule him and do all this, but I want to see what everybody's going to do when he gets off and he's back on the street. Talking about a RICO case. Poor things, you commoner. You silly little Negroes. You guys don't even see the hand that is being played. That's why they tried to start it with Bill Cosby, because it has been said that Bill Cosby's home is on oil land. So those oil preservators want the land. So let's try and break him financially. Couldn't break him financially. Tried to railroad him in the injustice justice system. That didn't work. Probably tried to publicly humiliate him and get Camille to leave him. She didn't, and stayed 10 toes down as an FBA woman should. Clowns. So they couldn't get him, so they went to the next Negro. Let's go get R. Kelly. Well, you know what? R. Kelly has made as much money as he possibly could make off of us in transitioning of money, wealth, and resources, as well as transitioning of the music where we're not selling albums and it's all being streamed. So we can't really make any more money off of him. So you know what? We'll just go ahead and pick him. They picked him. They did all this stuff that we already knew about, that the dominant society was in cahoots and all for it the whole damn time. That's what they need to do. Okay, you finding all this stuff on R. Kelly? Everybody that was involved, including the dominant society record execs, they should all go to prison. But for some sort of reason, they didn't go to prison. So R. Kelly was the second person that they tried to publicly humiliate and shame and lock him up in prison and get all these RICO charges. Let's go to the next one. Then you had Cuba Gooding Jr. with all these problems. All of a sudden, Cuba Gooding Jr. has been in so many different films and movies, top office movies, low budget movies, whatever. You've never heard of people out of Cuba Gooding Jr. And all of a sudden, let's get Cuba Gooding Jr. Come on, y'all. They was grasping for straws. Why Harvey Weinstein is walking away unscathed because nobody is talking about Harvey Weinstein. Remember this? Sit down. Just let me more your chick. I don't feel comfortable. Just sit down. Let me give you a massage. Sit down. Y'all remember that? I played that on a podcast years ago. Dave from No Compromise, and everybody remembers that. So that's just one of the things that I wanted to talk about. And now and so on and so on. So I am glad to be back. I will be doing these podcasts periodically. And the reason why is because I actually want them to post, and I want people to go listen to them, to the people that do want to listen to them. You know me, I find this like a book club. I'm not doing this for fame or notoriety, because that's not what this podcast is about. It's about passing the information on and letting you guys do their own judging. But again, remember, your people built this country for free without repayment, not anybody else. So don't let them call you an African. Don't let them try to tie you to Africa. You are not an African. You are a foundational Black American, or a native Black, as Dr. Claude Anderson liked to call us. We were the first ones here, according to Columbus and Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, who states it in They Came Before Columbus, stating how we were already here. And with that, I got nothing but love for everybody. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.
Start another day.